Hi guys, I'm Matt from the Saddler, and we're actually at Tito's house, Tito Raymond. I had to come back to do an interview with Jose because we sort of left that out last time. Jose, how are you?
I'm great. We just watched the New England Patriots against the Green Bay Packers. Pats lost, so we're a little aggravated, but all is well. It was a good day, good weekend.
A good rainy day, and then you just got back from Palm Springs.
Palm Springs, yeah. We had a beautiful time there. Got a little sun.
No rain over there.
No, nothing. It was fantastic.
It's
80-something degrees, right? Yeah. 90 degrees.
It's like summer.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, thanks for having us today. So I got a few questions for you, if you don't mind. First one would be, what are your thoughts? I just got back from the Ferrigno Legacy, and so what are your thoughts on the results of the Ferrigno? What did you think about it?
You know, from history, Ronnie Raquel's a top 6 Olympian, so I kind of knew as soon as I saw his name that he would win if he was remotely in shape, which he was. And then I was stoked to hear about Brad Rowe placing second, well deserved. You know, he comes in granite condition. You know, he works with Chris Aceto, as do I, and I know what Chris's guys go through to get there, and Brad deserved it. So kudos to him. That's awesome. And then Robert Petrakovic there from Poland. It's always granite hard and always a hell of a competitor.
Yeah.
So for Brad to leapfrog him was an even bigger accomplishment. I didn't see all the comparisons. It's hard, you know.
Yeah.
But damn, Robert is a great competitor.
Yeah.
So you know, good for him. He ended up in the top 3 where he belongs. Yeah. After that, we had, who was 4th?
I think the guy from South Africa.
Marius Doni.
Yes,
He
big guy.
He's huge and got actually nice shape. If he's off, he's off. You know, if he's not 100%, and that's what I like pretty much about the judging. I think they did a great job, even though I wasn't there. That even though you have a superior guy there like Doni, if he's not 100%, they you know, they reward conditioning.
Right.
So that was awesome. And then Omar Deckard, a longtime competitor.
Yeah.
He's been banging it out as long as I have, if not longer. And he's, you know, good for him, man. Get his duly rewarded, you know.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, next question. You mentioned on a recent RX Muscle interview that Tito Raymond, your brother, was your inspiration to train when you were growing up. What was it about Tito that inspired you to start bodybuilding?
Well, first of all, the way he looked. You know, when we were kids, he looked better than everyone. He had that physique in our town that we grew up in, that everyone wanted to look like him, not just me. And you know, he happened to be my brother, and I thought if I did what he did and ate and trained like he did, then I could resemble him at least. And yeah, he just looked awesome, and he worked hard, and he was always striving to get better and better and better and stronger and faster and whatever it be. He didn't do it just to be okay.
Yeah.
He did it to be the best, and that was what he instilled in me. Wow. And you know, he was a great role model in so many different ways, but his physique was nuts. And you know, we were poor growing up. I couldn't afford to go buying, you know, $10 magazines or whatever it was. So I had a living cartoon character at my house, you know. And you know, it wasn't until years later when Tito was in muscular development and things like that he'd get a free copy, and I got to see who Sean Ray was and things like that, and that was almost unattainable to me in my eyes. I'm like, no way.
Yeah.
I just wanted to look like my brother.
Yeah.
So that was my main introduction into bodybuilding, was just seeing my brother every day.
That's awesome.
And he taught me at a young age.
I was going to ask you, did he take you under his wing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
you know, he's 6 years older than me, so when he was in college, I was in junior high. He was studying kinesiology and nutrition and things like that. So he had a good handle on it, and which I did too, right away. So he taught me how to diet, and you know, I learned the discipline aspects of the sport, which is the most important thing. You know, you can have great genetics, but if you can't be disciplined enough to stick to things, you're not going to do very well. Or consistent enough to train and train hard, you're not going to do really well. So he taught me right away how to eat right, And, you know, we were trying to outdo each other in the gym. Because by the time I was 16, I was keeping up with him, you know,
Wow.
if not pushing him. So we were, you know, we were doing crazy things, you know, trying to do 25, 30 reps with 315 while I was 16, 17 years old on a squat, you know.
Wow.
So it helped me tremendously to have him, obviously.
That's awesome. Okay, a few training questions now. So what's your favorite body part to train, and why do you like to train that one the most?
All right, I have two.
Okay.
Legs is my favorite body part to train because it's so challenging, and it separates the men from the boys, you know. It's like, what is it, April, in like a lion, out like a lamb. So in like a lamb, out like a lion. I start slow and gradually come to a crescendo of a, you know, madness of crazy squats and hack squats and drop sets that make the normal person want to puke. And I take pride in being able to do things that not everyone can do. So that's one reason why I love to train legs, because it reassuring myself that I'm a madman that most people can't handle. Two, I like training chest because it blows up my entire upper body. Everything gets pumped, the shoulders, the arms, bis, tris, even your lats get pumped. So just from 2 or 3 chest exercises and you look like you got a full body pump. I just love that feeling. And I like the feeling of having a full chest because that's my weakest body part. So,
you think it's your weakest? That's what you think, yeah?
Weakest visibly.
Okay.
I'm strong in my chest,
yeah.
But, you know, if I had to critique myself,
Gotcha.
that's one of the critiques I commonly get in my entire career. I have big arms, big shoulders, my chest is a little flat.
Gotcha.
So I have to be careful when depleting and coming down that I don't flatten out too much because that's the first place it comes from. And I can't afford that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, typically, how long does a workout last for you, and is it different pre-contest versus off-season? Give me like a ballpark.
I pretty much train the same year-round. A little stronger pre-contest, believe it or not. Have a little more. You know, everything's firing perfectly. My rest, my training, my diet, nutrition, supplementation, everything is 100%. So, yeah, that would make sense for me to be at my best. I last. Each body part is different. Like a larger group, legs or back would take an hour. I try not to train longer than an hour.
Gotcha.
It's like you can't work at that level of intensity for longer than an hour. You just can't.
Right.
So I try to work as hard as I can, get it done in an hour. I can do arms or shoulders in 30 minutes, 35 minutes, you know, but that's it. Never more than an hour. If I am, that means I'm bullshitting, you know. Some days I need more stretching or something like that. Typically off season, I put on some weight. My back hurts. It's harder for me to get through it as quick because I may be laying on the ground stretching.
And you're slower to get from one machine to the next.
Yeah, all that. But yeah, I don't believe any bodybuilder should train longer than an hour. I don't think you can put in the type of intensity needed to stimulate your body, you know, going longer than an hour.
Gotcha. Very good. Very good. So in general, how many reps and how many sets do you aim to do per body part? You know, and I'm sure it's different for arms than it is for chest, and you know, so.
Right. About 3 to 4 exercises, 3 to 4 sets.
Okay.
Not too much, but when you add it all up, it's enough volume. And I try to keep the reps, you know, between 8 and 20 reps, depending on the body part. You know, I train heavy. If you've seen me, I train super heavy for me. But I don't train heavy in the sense that I'm doing doubles or singles or 3 reps. I always try to keep it at a minimum of 8. And that's my guideline. If I can't get 8, it's too heavy. It's getting risky. It's dangerous. If I'm getting 20 easy, then I can obviously add more weight.
Gotcha.
But, you know, for legs, I may do more, obviously, because you can do hamstrings and quads and 3 or 4 exercises per part.
Yeah.
Back, there's many different angles you can go at.
Right.
With back, oftentimes you'll see me hitting more like 5 exercises.
Gotcha.
And, at the beginning of the workout, there may be 2 or 3 warm-up sets.
But you don't count. You don't really count those.
No, I'll do 2 to 3 working sets after those warm-ups.
Gotcha.
Then I'll move to another exercise and pretty much go right into some heavy stuff.
Yeah.
3 sets, 3 sets, 3 sets. That's it.
Okay, so give me an idea of how which pro you've trained with over the years, and which one was the hardest to train with to you?
I've trained with a ton now.
I bet, yeah.
We go from Jay to Jay Cutler to Branch, Johnny Jackson.
All the greats, man. All the
Evan
greats.
Santapani,
Nice.
Johnny De La Rosa, DLB. I would have to say they're all tough in their different ways. I'd say Dana is the hardest training pro
Really?
I've trained with.
Wow. That was, you just trained with her recently, like.
Yeah. I had to lay down. Dana's a freak. She's someone I couldn't train with her regularly because she trains for hours. 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Oh my God.
The amount of volume she does is unimaginable. And she's just a freak, man. She's definitely, harder. She's the hardest training person in that sense.
Wow.
Like she'll do set, drop set, move to something else. She'll do quad sets and drop sets on each. So before you know it, she's up to like 600 reps before she takes a break. I don't even get it.
Wow.
But, the proof is in the pudding with her.
Yeah.
Branch and Johnny are complete madmen. They train no matter what the temperature is, and they train at a level of intensity that is unimaginable. I've once made the comparison of I felt like a child lost in the zoo and ending up in the gorilla cage. That's what it felt like. Like, oh my God. And it's fun. It's fun training with them.
Yeah.
Evan is very methodical, and his workouts, you feel every last thing. Another one that is one of the hardest training guys is Guy Sistanino. Because I'm strong, and he's like the kid brother that won't let you beat him in anything. That little pain in the ass. No matter what you do. I could post a video of me squatting 500 pounds for 8, and he'll have blood coming out of his eyeballs, and he'll get 9, and post that video the next day. He's a crazy kid, and I love that about him. He's an animal. He's one of the hardest training people I know.
That's awesome.
God wasn't the greatest to him with the genetics as far as huge round muscle, but he'll out-train pretty much anyone, except for DLB.
Very cool.
But yeah, I've been blessed to be able to train with a lot of people.
Yeah.
Jay's probably the easiest because he's just all about pumping. I learned so much from Jay as far as longevity and trying to protect my body and get the most out of each workout without being a madman like that.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to come to terms with it and do a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I'm still a crazy person, but I've learned.
Yeah. You're getting older, so
I am.
Yeah.
I'm getting better at preservation.
There you go. Okay, concerning cardio, how much cardio do you do pre-contest versus off-season, and do you do any off-season?
Off-season cardio, my cardio, it's really tough. It's like how much I can burn when just doing this. Oh, that was tough.
Oh, going from the fridge to the
1
couch.
rep. Oh,
Yeah.
2 reps. Right there. Broke a sweat there.
Yeah. Okay.
That's my cardio.
Gotcha.
But I don't really have an off-season, kidding aside. I have a
Yeah.
few weeks to dick around and spend time with family.
Right.
As soon as I go home, it's balls to the wall, 2 sessions of cardio, eating guinea pig food. And this is my life. I'm a professional.
Yeah.
I joke. I love to have a couple drinks when I can, but I train as hard as anyone. I diet harder than most because I'm naturally a chubby kid, so I got to work that much harder.
Yeah.
And, when I'll do two sessions of cardio a day until the end when I'm actually peeled and trying to hold on to muscle, and Chris is like, no cardio today, no cardio today. But off season, it's only a few weeks for me.
So forget it. Yeah.
So there's very little, the little boink here and there with my girl. Yeah. That's reasonable cardio enough. I'm panting for like 15 minutes. It lasts like 14 times longer than the actual session.
That's funny. So how much time though? 2 sessions of how many?
Does it last 1 minute?
No. How much time of cardio? You said 2 sessions.
Cardio. Usually 2 45-minute sessions.
Gotcha. Okay.
Then we'll cut it down to 2 30-minute sessions.
Okay.
It really depends on my condition, what kind of shape I'm in.
Okay, but never more than 2 sessions of 45 minutes. That's it.
I've been at 2 hours.
Really?
Yeah. Chris doesn't like that. He'd rather me work harder for a shorter period of time than drag it out.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Speaking of cardio, are you a fan of HIIT cardio training or just steady cardio, or do you do both, or do you interchange, or how do you do it when you do it?
It's a great question. I do fasted cardio in the morning. That's HIIT. That's usually intervals.
Okay.
Of I'll do it on the step mill. So I'll do 3 to 5 minutes as hard as I can, and then 3 to 5 minutes recovering. 3 to 5 minutes as hard as I can, 3 to 5 minutes recovering. And we'll do that anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes. That's always my morning session. Then after I train, it's usually an incline walk for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever, fairly, steady state, easy. Unless I'm behind the ball and, Chris will tell me, go hard again. And that's how much we're in contact every day. And if you don't see change over the course of a few days, he's going to say, I want you to hit it hard twice today. Oh boy. And that sucks. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
But typically, AM, fasted, HIIT, post-workout, at night, is steady state.
Gotcha. Okay, in the off-season, you've been known to loosen your diet quite a bit and having a little bit of fun. I don't know where they got that. Do you think that off-season certain bodybuilders are too strict on their diet, or do you think what are your thoughts on that?
I think for many reasons. One, mentally, it's important to let loose, to be able to go enjoy things with family and friends, and not bring Tupperware with you and a food scale and a watch and see what time, just be normal for a little bit. I think, so the emotional aspect of it, so that when it's time to dig deep, you're ready to do so. I also think it's important for you to grow in the off season, to heal, to allow your body for your cholesterol levels to go up a little bit. I read that years ago. It's important to let your cholesterol levels climb to be able to add some muscle. You can't continue to grow while you're in a deficit, a caloric deficit, or burning more than you're taking in. You can't. You just can't. So,
don't you find it mentally hard though to get off your diet, let's say for a few weeks or a month or whatever, and to go back and then sort of recreating bad habits that you had, or anybody could have, and then now you have to, okay, December 1st or January 1st, we're starting on the diet. Isn't that hard to get back in that mode, or no? It is for me.
It's hard if you keep telling yourself it's hard. It's all a mental game,
Yeah.
When it's time to do it, do it. That's the way I look at it. It's time to go. And then it'll only take a week. Once everything is, it's like a fine-tuned machine.
Right.
The food's prepared. It's ready. The alarm clock's set. I'm up. I go. Yeah, it sucks a few days into it. Okay. But for me personally, I feel like dog shit when I'm this heavy. I'm about 235 pounds. I'm 5'3" and a half on a good day, and it's I don't feel good. I don't. My energy levels suck.
Really?
I feel awesome when I'm dieting. I feel strong. I feel healthy. I can breathe. I can put my socks on. I don't walk around with my shoes untied. And clothes fit good. I just feel good. So I look forward to getting back to that. So it's a good goal for me. So it's not difficult to get back into that.
Okay.
The most difficult thing is saying no to friends.
Yeah.
Every day I get a text, hey, we're going to go here and have sushi and drinks, and, oh, we're going here for the game. Oh, you want to go to the game? I'm going to a game next week, and it's kind of going to suck, you know?
You get to have muffins, though, on the plus side.
Yeah. But Chris isn't just going to give me a muffin for the hell of it, you know?
Yeah.
I need to show him that I'm making progress.
It's a carrot. He's dangling the carrot.
That's exactly what he does. He's a genius. I call him the bodybuilding savant.
Yes, he is.
He's fantastic at it, and he don't even know why.
Just a talent.
Yeah.
Very cool.